Hello everyone, it is me, April. I'm going to be doing a quick show for you guys about our family. It's just a quick overview. I'm going to go through it, who all of us are, what our names are, and what our struggles are. So let's get started. Sorry, it takes me a few minutes to pull it up on here. There we go. All right. The Mueller family, a brief introduction. We're going to start with me, April Mueller. That's me. And a little bit about me. So, I love Jesus, eschatology, ancient text history, and paranormal experiences. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or for short EDS, because you'll see that on here a couple more times with some of our other family members. Autism, yes, I am on the autism spectrum. Even though it may not seem like it, I do struggle, especially in social situations and sometimes with communication. You'll notice that my spelling is really horrible, and I do struggle with reading as well. So those are just some things that I deal with. Depression, anxiety, PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, reflux, sponge kidney, fused disc at T10 and T11, high cholesterol, chronic bronchitis, sinus tachycardia, anemia, anticardiolipins, and sleep apnea. It's a huge long list, but I will be spending more time going over things that each of us deal with in more depth, but I just kind of want to get this brief history out there. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a connective tissue disorder that is autosomal dominant, so several of my children do have it, and it causes hypermobility, easy bruising, more likely to have joint dislocations or joint injuries, and it can affect multiple systems in the body because it's a lack of collagen. And collagen is just about in every, your blood vessels, your heart, your organs, and your skin, and everything else. So that's something that we deal with, and it varies from person to person what they struggle with. And mine, obviously, is the reflux and the GI issues. So moving on. And chronic pain, and it's difficult for me to lift heavy objects and do like sweeping the floor and mopping, and normal everyday living things are a lot more difficult. To Richard Mueller, my husband. So he loves Jesus, technology, computer games, and being a tech. It's funny because I had him check over these things, and I'm like, you're going to add stuff here. I know you are. But he's a technician. He was a technician in the Navy for 20 years, and he struggles with ADHD, more of those executive functioning type things. Elijah Mueller. So I'm going from oldest. Today is Elijah's birthday, so check out later today. We'll be celebrating his birthday live. He loves Jesus, the Bible, reads it every day. He likes art, specifically pottery, but he does like to draw it as well. Minecraft and Pokemon Go. He has autism. He's the lowest functioning of all of us that have autism. He struggles the most, but he's still high functioning. He just struggles more than the rest of us. TAPVR, which stands for Total Anomalous Pulmonary Venous Return, which is a heart defect. If you go back and check my videos, I did one on that. Elijah specifically, and I talked about his heart defect. Dysmotility with reflux, which is just the nerves in his stomach and intestines don't work. And autonomic dysfunction. Autonomic dysfunction is how our body regulates things that we don't have to think about, like your breathing and your blood pressure and your temperature, and even your bowels. So they don't always work properly for him, and sometimes he'll be sick and he won't have a fever, or he won't sweat when it's really hot outside, or he won't shiver when it's really cold outside. So we have to watch that. He's 100% tube fed. He has had seizures He hasn't had any in a while. They've been pretty controlled, but he had absent seizures. And he has no carotid artery on the right side because it was tied off after his surgery and being on ECMO as a baby. Nehemiah Mueller. Nehemiah, right there, that's his lovely mohawk, is very, very smart. He has an IQ of 140 or higher. Who knows, because it's been a long time since it was tested. He loves to build just about anything, complete puzzles. He really enjoys anime, watches it every night, every new show he can find that's appropriate for him, being active and playing video games. He has severe ADHD. He also has EDS, depression, anxiety, and some autistic characteristics. Here we have Micah Mueller. This is Micah. Micah loves Minecraft, Roblox, and art. Specifically, he likes to draw. He has disruptive mood dysregulation disorder, or DMDD. I did make a slideshow on that, so you can watch that in my videos. He has anxiety, autism, again, higher functioning, and also Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS. And Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah with a lovely blanket that one of Elijah's nurses made, Lily. We really like those blankets. Or quilts. I'm sorry, I call them blankets, but they're quilts. He loves football. He's obsessed with football, is more the right term. And being active. He has autism, again, high functioning, ADHD, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and a VSD, or ventricular septal defect. So he has a hole in his heart. It's still there. It hasn't closed up, and it is being followed by a cardiologist. So far, we haven't had to do anything with it, but it is being watched. Next, we have Ezra. There's Ezra. Some lovely ice cream from Chili's. Ezra loves music, sings all the time, and helping others. He's a very big helper. He likes Beyblade and being active. He's very, very, very active. He has autism, high functioning, ADHD, and he has suspected Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, but I haven't officially got him tested, but I'm pretty sure that he's going to end up having it as well. And he's a little bit clumsy, so he gets hurt often. Poor kid. He just had a concussion on Saturday. So, and then like a week before that, he ran into a tree, running away from his brothers. So he's a character. Next, we have Abijah. This is Abijah. Abijah loves experimenting on everything. If I find goo in the middle of the floor somewhere, it came from Abijah. He likes the weather. He always said he wanted to be a weatherman, and he likes to try to predict the weather regularly by looking at the clouds and going outside. He enjoys playing with his brothers, and he doesn't have an official diagnosis yet. We're testing him, but we do know that he is developmentally delayed. He's struggling academically. He has some issues with gross and fine motor. So we're just getting some testing done to see exactly what may be going on with him. And the last one, Obadiah. This is Obadiah. His big blue eyes. I only have two boys with blue eyes, Jeremiah and Obadiah. The rest of us have brown eyes. Obadiah loves making hand spiders like this and crawling on your face. Cuddling. He is a little cuddle bug. Playing with brothers and pretending to be a noodle or a rock. He's a goofy little boy. He has developmental delay, hypotonia, and EDS. So Obadiah is on an IEP. He is a little bit behind his peers on academics, and he does have hypotonia, means low muscle tone. So it is a little bit more difficult for him to do the everyday things, but he's just so determined and he doesn't care. So he does stuff that his brothers do anyway, even though it may be a little bit more difficult for him and he may get more tired quickly. And again, not officially diagnosed with EDS, but he has all the signs, and the only thing he hasn't had is an injury yet, which is something that I will discuss in a different video. They changed the diagnostic criteria for EDS, and they require an injury for diagnosis, and it's frustrating because it is in the family, and if you know that, and like I said, it's autosomal dominant, so you have a 50-50 chance of your kid getting it, and if you know that they have the symptoms of it, then you're going to protect them from injury. Why would I want my child to get injured? Like, I would do everything I could to keep them from getting injured, but then they won't give them a diagnosis unless they have an injury. So I will be giving words with doctors over that one who came up with the diagnostic criteria. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this PowerPoint. It's not quite done yet. I do have a couple other things, but the Mueller Family 7 show. This is our YouTube channel. So if you're not on YouTube and you're seeing this video, please come and check out my channel. That's all 7 of our boys. That's my husband and I when we got married. And let's see. On the top is Elijah. And this is Nehemiah. This is Micah. This is Jeremiah. This is Ezra, Abijah, and Obadiah. Their ages are 15, 13, almost 12, 10, 8, 6, and 5. Those are their ages. And my husband and I will be celebrating our anniversary on August 10th, and this year will be 19 years together. So I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Please share, like, and subscribe, and I will be doing more videos on each individual kid and each individual diagnosis to share and spread awareness. Sorry about that. Okay. So, bye everybody.